Hey loves, welcome to the Hey Loves podcast. I am Marlene of LoveMarlene 411, Monday to Friday, and welcome to this new episode. And we think the people that we know, the people in our life, or the people that were in our life for a certain period of time, and when they do things to hurt us, we feel that they're always getting away with it, and we want to get some revenge. But I want to say that whatever your belief system is, whatever is your values, whatever is your spirituality at this time in your life, just know that whatever somebody puts out in the atmosphere, the way that someone is treating you, just know that they will suffer eventually. You really will. There's no way that you can just do anything that you want and feel that there are no consequences. But there are some, and they do have some mental illness. They do have some, tendencies that, shows that something is just not right. Some some people honestly are just very strange, okay? Let's just leave it at that. They're just very strange people, or they have never been anyone to check them in their wrong, check them in their bad behavior. But just because somebody may get away with their mistreatment of others, or they do a lot of things that is very on the edge, we don't have to worry about those things. This is my encouragement to all of you loves. We think sometimes when people do things to hurt our feelings, that takes advantage of us, that takes away at, our ability to trust others, because when someone hurts us, it really changes our way that we allow other people to treat us later on. So I wanted to have this podcast conversation to let everybody know that don't think, oh, this is going to continue forever and they're getting away with it. Just know that they're not. And one of the best things about life is when someone does something to you that is hurtful, that is harmful, that's conniving, evil, all of those things. It's just it's just a sign showing that you don't need these people in your life. A lot of times we will settle with relationships, with friends, with other people, because we think we need them. We feel that we're dependent on them, and they're necessary in our life. But anybody who doesn't respect your time, doesn't respect your boundaries, doesn't, do right by you, doesn't care about your emotions, they're not putting in anything into you, you don't need them in your life. And actually, them acting the way that they do gives us a clear line to say it's time to move on from them. It's time to pull back from them. Time to stop pouring our energy into them. Stop waiting for them, thinking that they will change. You know, the way that someone treats you, it won't change unless that person wants to change. And eventually, like today's topic, they will suffer eventually. It will definitely happen. So The second point, when someone does something to us, we're not robots. We're human beings. We're women and men who have feelings. We have emotions. We go through things. Some days are good and some days aren't so good, but everybody wants to be treated some type of way. Every single person wants to be treated with respect. Every single one wants to be treated with respect. Nobody wants to be disrespected. Not one, not one person. So it hurts, but we can't allow others to get us down and cause us to stay down, because the things that somebody may be taken for granted in you and you're settling for that, you're stopping, slowing down, and blocking yourself. You're slowing down and stopping a blessing that could be taking place for you. But what you have to do is release them and let them go so that you will have the right ones in your life, the ones that it's not hard for them to treat you the way that you're supposed to do. Sometimes the people in our life are really not meant to be, because they've been enabled or they have some sort of issues or whatever their problem is. They're not accountable, they're disrespectful, all of those things. And it definitely hurts our feelings because we're humans, we're not robots. But just know that they will suffer eventually. Everybody will meet their match one day. And then one day they're going to realize, man, I really messed out. I really messed out on an amazing friendship. I missed out on an amazing romantic relationship. I missed out on an amazing coworker or whatever, or being having a great relationship with my relative. So there are some times where if you don't stand up for yourself, draw away from certain individuals, they will never have that opportunity to grow. But just know that eventually they're going to have to come face to face with the things that they do, and they will have to suffer the consequences. It's just a matter of time, everybody. It's just a matter of time. Don't worry about the ones that don't worry about you. We just have to be the best that we personally can. You just be yourself. You don't have to change who you are unless it's something that's not good. And but it's just a matter of time before the people who thought you would never leave them, who you enabled, but now you've realized you're wrong because now you're accountable. Now you know how to set those boundaries. They will suffer eventually. You don't worry about them. You just continue on your path, being yourself, living your life, being responsible. But don't blame yourself for the actions of others. You just continue to be an amazing human. Thank you so much for tuning into today's Hate Loves podcast. I am Marlene, and you've tuned into the Hey Love podcast, where we podcast for a short period of time about a very important topic. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow on the next Hey Loves podcast.